What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Actually, welcome to a last minute podcast that we decided to do after debating about it, debating on doing it actually the last couple of days. Uh, the thing that we're going to talk about today is pretty serious. So we didn't just want to come forward and just like half talk, just talk about something that, it's just, it's kind of complicated. We're about to discuss it right now, but joining me as always is the man with the plan, the Texas Gaming Hedgehog, the guy that runs the Skinny. He also runs his own YouTube channel, the voice acting phenomenon, Keyblade Sonic.
Hey everybody, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks. A life happens, guys. There's been a lot going on. Um, I'm not gonna lie to everybody. It's kind of like there's been so much shit going on with me and my family that it's kind of hard to put the podcast first or put life first. Work, all that shit.
Mhm.
But it is what it is. So we here are to talk about some shit. We're not going to say any names. We're not going to say who, what, when, where, why. But we will talk about what's going on in the community.
Yeah, just a heads up, some of this content may be disturbing for some viewers, so just a fair warning, viewer discretion is advised. So,
I'm sharing the link, by the way, on Facebook.
yeah, you're
All right,
fine.
guys, let's go ahead and talk about it. We have any comments? I think we do. We got one. What's up, Chad? By the way, Chad, if you would like to come on the show and talk about what we're talking about today, let us know. Hit me up on Facebook. Send me a message. All right. Do we have some kind of a skinny, anything that you wanted to talk about before we started?
Uh, yeah, just a quick one.
The
There's been
quickie.
some, yeah, the quickie skinny. All right, so yesterday, Nintendo hosted their basically that traditional Nintendo Direct. A lot of stuff got announced. Among the announcements was they are keeping the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. That's still coming out in May, even though there was rumors that it was going to get delayed or something like that. For a surprisingly, it will actually not be $59.99. It will be $69.99. So basically
Yeah.
$70.
I didn't know that. I watched Review Tech USA's video where he bitched about that.
Yeah, for like 5 minutes.
Hmm. Yeah, but I
Um,
could see where he was coming from with that, so that makes sense.
Yeah, and not only that, they dropped some little bangers and all that. A lot of people gave positive reviews to the Nintendo Direct. One of the big highlights was the announcement of a Metroid Prime remastered. It actually dropped digitally yesterday, the day of the Direct, and it actually will be releasing physically in a few weeks. So far, a lot of people said it looks great visually, and the best part, it's actually $40. It's not like Skyward Sword HD where they just full price for not that much of a look visually comparison wise. Um, and speaking of Nintendo Directs, before Nintendo Directs, there was E3, and E3 is, let's be honest, is pretty much dead because um, of last week it was announced that not only Nintendo will not be at E3, also Sony and Microsoft. So in a way, E3 is not as traditional as it used to be. You know, every year people look forward to it. It's just Nintendo. It's just the video presentations, leaks, a lot of gaming environments change. So unfortunately, E3 is kind of no point. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much for the skinny.
Yeah,
That's really quick.
I don't blame Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo saying fuck E3 because they're paying millions of dollars to go and present shit on stage
Yeah,
when they're like, hey, we could save
we could
ninety
say
percent of that with just filming it with our fucking phone and live streaming it on YouTube.
yeah, because that's pretty much what the Smash Brothers director Sakurai. Some of his presentations were done remotely at his house, and they actually look just presentable as any professional
Mhm.
setup.
I don't have the promotional material, but today's podcast is brought to you by Cocaine Bear. That's right. It comes out in theaters. This is the best I can do.
It's a bit. It's based on a true story. It's actually really interesting watching the trailers and the commercials for it. It's like, okay, this is is this a real? This really happened? Okay.
I am so looking forward to the fucking movie. I am looking to buy a bear costume and just covering it in white powder and just walking around with a fake brick of cocaine. I need to call my dealer. We'll see.
And also, not forget that yeah, that's actually a surprise movie that's coming out. So many movies that like you kind of forget that are gonna come out because I know everyone's like in the hype for like Ant-Man and Shazam and all that stuff.
Hmm. No, that makes sense though. I mean, I'm looking forward to Ant Man too, but I just want to watch me some fucking Cocaine Bear. I mean, it's a bear on coke. What more can you ask for? Uh, I mean, I feel like there's a couple things that we can save them for Monday. It's fine for regular
Okay.
podcasts.
All right.
So like I said, there's been a lot of things going on. We're playing it by ear. We wanted to do one more podcast episode before we went into the recording. It looks like it might not happen though. It just depends on like how everyone there's just so much going on. We're getting older, jobs,
Schedules and all that stuff.
family schedules. It's just a little
Yeah.
frustrating.
Yeah.
It's kind of getting harder to like I've literally messaged like 5 people like cosplayer wise to be on the show as guests, and it's just like, and I guess that kind of plays into what's going on.
Yeah, it's just, commitments and all this stuff. And yeah, it's just like you said, sometimes life happens, as much as we want to do this more often, it's just sometimes, life is in the way,
Life
priorities and all that stuff.
fucking sucks.
Yeah.
It does suck. It's trash. I wish I could go back in time and kick my own ass for saying I want to be an adult. No, you don't, you little shit.
Basically Billy Madison.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just
So
like
let's talk about what has been going on. So, all right. So the rule of thumb is this, guys. For those of you that are watching, for those of you that watch later on, for those of you that are stumbling upon this 5 years from now, or maybe you are watching this 100 years from now. I don't know. I doubt. At that point, I wouldn't give a shit. But whatever. Um, we're gonna talk about what's going on as of today, February 9th, 2023. So something. So one cosplayer, part of the cosplay community, who is relatively new, made a post about a photographer who was, for lack of a better word, crossing certain boundaries, certain lines, certain things that you shouldn't do
Mhm.
as a photographer. Uh, don't want to go too much into detail, but the what would be the word? The accuser.
uh yeah, I think, well, is this person accusing the person we're
Yes,
talking? Okay,
yes,
yeah, the
yeah. The
accuser.
poster. The accuser, accusing the defendant of like asking for suggestive poses, coming on a little strong. Uh, I think I I read the whole thing. I talked to the poster. I talked
Mhm.
to the defendant. Okay, so before we don't pick sides, guys. We're not going to take any sides. We've thrown a lot of shade at certain people, but that's because they've probably deserved it. But at this point in forward, we're not. We tried to interview the accuser and the accusee. We try to get both sides of the coin. One party agreed to come on the podcast, to not come on the podcast, but to do an interview one on
Mhm.
one for the record, and then we would talk about it later on.
Yeah.
Uh, what? Okay, never mind. I just got a random message. It's whatever. Um. So I tried to talk to the defendant. I messaged him, invited him. I invited them to come on. Um. They just flat out said no. They didn't want to come out in the public eye. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that's really fucking stupid. I think that's really fucking stupid. Like, I think I think he, whatever, she, she. I already pretty much. I think they should have come on the show and talked about it and get and like explained themselves.
Mhm.
Um, Now, this individual is being accused of being what is the word?
Little too strong and all that.
Zealous. Yeah,
Yeah,
zealous.
Dallas.
Uh, I'm trying to. So it's fucking crazy, dude. Because I woke up one day, I got a message, I got informed about the post. I looked at the post immediately. So I'm not gonna share the link to the post. I'm not gonna say who. If
Yeah.
you know, you know. If you know, you know. If you don't know, do your own fucking research.
And if you don't know, you know. Sorry.
You don't know. Apparently, you're not part of the cool table, so you don't know. Um, I was very shocked, but at the same time, like we have the podcast here, we have discussions off the show. We have discussions before the show. We
Hmm.
have discussions during the show, which we go public with, and then we have discussions after the show where it's kind of like the locker room talk. You've heard about that talk before. It's like
Yeah.
things that you share with each other that you normally wouldn't share out in the public. Like, hey, I got this rash because I got this rash because I decided to wear a speedo to the beach, and now my shit itches. Like shit like that. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying like just
Like an
whatever.
example. Yeah.
Yeah, an example. I said at one point, like, look, I think this might happen. I think this is definitely going to happen soon. Like, the wheels are turning. Something is going to happen. And, like, this person just needs to watch out. This all escalated during New Year's. Do you remember the post that the person made during New Year's?
It was about. I guess I don't. What's the way to say it without, giving too much detail?
The defendant made a post during New Year's.
Right. So I'm trying
Like,
to.
oh, I was talking to this person.
Right.
Oh,
So basically, the person was like reflecting on a moment that happened last year that I guess kind of like put a lot of weight on this person. That's the best way I can describe it. Um, so basically, this person met somebody at a convention. I think over like I want to say like in the middle of last year, and apparently they were talking and talking, and then suddenly they cut ties with each other.
right. Yeah. So when I first heard about that post, I went looking for it. And I'll tell you why. Honestly, I called bullshit. I didn't. I had called bullshit because, like, me and this person were talking for weeks and they just blocked me out of the blue. And I was like, no, there's no fucking way.
There's got to be
Like,
more than that.
there's got to be more to it than that. Because okay, don't get me wrong. People can ghost people out of the fucking blue. It happens to me all the time. I was talking to somebody, like not even talking, just like we were just having a discussion, and then out of the blue, like it was a great discussion. Out of the blue, I just don't hear from them again. And it happens. People talk to people, people flirt, and out of nowhere they get ghosted because something happens. Whatever the case may be, it just shit happens. Shit does happen. But with this post, I was like, there's no fucking way. There's got to be more to it than that. I fucking promise you that something legitimately happened, and this is why that person decided to go. Because this is going based off of the reputation and the history of the individual.
Yeah.
And it turns out, and I was like, oh, we were talking. And that's where I really called bullshit. And I hate to say this. No, I don't. Actually, I don't hate to say this. There's a lot of these fucking dudes that are like the nice fucking guys.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm a nice guy. How come I can't get a girl? Uh,
They do a lot of love bombing.
yeah. And believe it or not, dude, like, there, I'm not going to say what con and who, but there is a staff member for one of these fucking conventions in the state of Texas that has that fucking mindset. Oh, I'm a nice guy. I deserve a girlfriend. Or he's nice to you. You should date him. Or I don't understand why I'm still single. I'm a nice guy. Or she needs to go out with me because I'm nice to her and I bought her this and that. There is a fucking individual that has that fucking mindset in this fucking community right now.
Just
right
basically
as we fucking speak, that works for one of the conventions as a staff member.
kind of like basically the head honchos in a way.
Well, he's not a con.
Kind of. I know, but like up there, you know, it's a
Yeah,
staff
it
member.
the fucking fact that they are a fucking staff member for a con and they have this bullshit mindset like, oh, I was nice to you, I bought you 6 gifts,
Basically,
you
like,
owe
oh,
me a date, you owe me the sex, you owe me
yeah,
the poo-tang.
it's kind of like that one guy. He spent like 10K to meet like someone on he like Sims 4 on OnlyFans just for her to use that 10K on her boyfriend in a trip.
That
Kinda, it's a little
I wonder if
different
he
case.
that is the reason why I don't want to, like, that one's a good one, by the way, but the reason why I didn't want to bring it up because we don't know the full detail. We don't know if he
Right.
legitimately did it knowing full well she had a boyfriend and wasn't willing to cheat.
Mhm.
I mean, I have bought gifts for girls without with the intention of not getting anything back. Like, hey, I just bought you this because I know you've been through some shit. You're my friend, and I just want to do something nice.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
And
are you a nice guy? No, fuck no, I'm not a nice guy. Well, I'm like, I thought we were friends, but it's this bullshit mentality. Like, there are guys that will buy gifts, and it's so fucking inappropriate for them to just randomly buy gifts, gift money, like do all this bullshit. And based on the text messages we saw, oh, I have a gift for you. It's a surprise. I'm gonna hold on to it though until we meet each other again.
yeah, and that was a little. I feel like the person who received that message knew, like, then he's like, okay, I'm
Well, then I
at
don't
the
want your bullshit gift.
it's starting to draw a red flag, more red flags. I mean, before depending because earlier in the text, you know, if I later on we'll discuss that part.
Right. It was definitely a red flag. Like, okay, have I bought gifts for friends that are female? Yes, I have. Have I told them like, hey, hey, I got you a gift. I'll give it to you the next time we hang out. But I have done that for my friends that are female who I've already spent time with in person,
Hmm.
who I've hung out with, who I've shared a room with, who I have not done anything with. I've shared rooms with. Like, we've hung out, we got drunk, we just stayed in a room for the night, and that's it. We went home the next day. Did I buy them a gift? Yeah. There's nothing wrong with buying someone a gift.
Yeah.
It's just that they didn't know each other. They met once at a con. Then you buy them a gift, and then you're like, "Oh, you're beautiful. Your hair looks great. I want you to do this sexy pose as this character and that character." And this person's like relatively new. It's a little overwhelming. You're like bombarding them.
Hmm.
And like, how does this look though? It's a bad look for the photographer community.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's a lot of photographers out there that have gotten bad reputations
Yeah,
because of
yeah,
stuff
that's
like this.
true. We're not gonna say any that we know of because for one, I can't really think of any off the top of my head. But I want to avoid issues too at the same time.
Mhm.
But there are photographers out there that have had issues, had bad reps. They had what's up,
Uh,
Jess? Yeah, we're
no,
talking simps. We're talking simps. We're talking nice guys. We're talking bad photographers, bad
yeah,
cosplayers, pedophiles, all of it.
yeah, because they're all kind of connected, and especially what we're talking about. Um,
We are a part of a community where we fucking know there are pedophiles, and it's disgusting. Like we know that they're out there. We know of one. Well, you know, I do. Who worked for a con? They got caught. Does he work for the con? No, he doesn't work for the con anymore. But I saw him at another Texas con hanging out like a jackass, and I know this guy. I've seen him in the act. I've seen him. We were at a pool party, and there was this. He was giving away Pokemon plush dolls like a creep. I mean, giving away Pokemon plush dolls isn't the creep part. He's a creep giving away Pokemon plush dolls. And this little girl wanted the little Bulbasaur plush. She's like, "Oh, what are you willing to do for it?" She's like, "I'll give you a hug." "Oh no, I want something else." And he was being so fucking weird. Like you could tell
That's fucking gross.
he was being like you could tell he was like, "Oh, what are you willing to do for it?" "No, no, I need something else." I'm like, "Dude, just give her the fucking plush doll." I like smacked him.
Right.
I smacked the shit out of him, and he hates my guts. This piece of shit hated my guts so much. He told San Japan security that I stole a badge from him and his group. I was he offered me a badge to come work with him. I didn't know that he was like I was getting clues and hints that he was, but I didn't know for sure if he was a pedophile. I didn't have any proof. I was just seeing hints here and there.
Hmm.
And even then I didn't when I smacked him at the pool party, I didn't realize it until after the fact. He told them I stole a badge from him and one of his staff members. I'm like, dude, you told me I was going to work with you this weekend. You had a badge for me. You told me I was going to work with you. And then here comes the head of security. Who stole the badge? And they all point at me. Him? No, he didn't do it. Because they already knew who the fuck I was.
Right. Yeah. They were just trying to get back at you or something. Like, first off, you shouldn't have done that. Like, ooh, to a child, man. That's that was on you, man.
It was like a 16-year-old girl. And the guy was probably like a year or two younger than me. So he was like 20, 21, 22. There are other cosplayers. I don't want to say their names, who are creepy as fuck. That hang around young girls. And they started getting called out. You don't see them that much anymore. I don't see them at all, actually. Now that I think about it, I don't see them at all because they got called out and they got shamed.
Yeah. Pretty much in
Even
a way that,
vendors.
yeah,
Notice
some
that even vendors.
vendors, um, I don't know. I think I have heard of vendors who do this kind of stuff. There's actually a certain what's the best way I could describe it without like giving away what they are. Actually, at one point, people were boycotting them to the point where like
Like,
they were giving out. It
like,
was
hey
like
baby, you want a free $300 pillow?
it wasn't that. It was more like okay, I'll just say it. They're the ones who usually would sell like books.
The yaoi
Yeah, it could be
hentai.
like, yeah, just manga basically. They were just mostly books. And it was to the point where people were actually like boycotting them, and yet they're still like years later, they're still at the cons and all that, and the owners
Oh,
still
are they the ones that are selling that? What is it called? The show shonen. What is it called?
Shonen Jump or what?
No, no, no. The fucking hentai, but it's
I don't know.
like the characters are like adults, but they're portrayed as like children.
I don't know.
Those fucking weirdos. I don't care what anybody fucking says. Oh, but she's 1,000 yet. She has the body of a 13-year-old. No. Mm-mm.
Like, is that it, Chief?
No, that ain't it, pal. Come back in 1,000 years. Hopefully you've developed. I can't, dude. I can't. I need like whenever I talk to a girl, like I've dated someone that was like 22, 23, and I fucking hated it. It was miserable. And I like, okay, now that I'm gonna be now it's a few years later, now I'm 34. I'm like, dude, my age I have an age limit. Like okay, like 25, 26 is the lowest. Dude, I don't even like talking to 18-year-olds. I don't give a fuck if they're 18. They're not even allowed to drink. Yeah, I think that's what we're talking about. Like they sell like the manga and anime, the hentai manga. That's kind of like that's the really like what is it called? Because I remember there was a movement against this.
It was like people were like boycotting it and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think it's called Loli.
Lolly, yeah, that's the type of thing where like, oh, she's she's 1,000 years old, but in like a 6-year-old body.
Yeah,
Yeah, lolicon basically.
I'm gonna throw up. Um, that's fucking gross. Um, what the fuck, dude? I mean, so okay, so going back to like, there are some photographers that have taken advantage. Not all photographers are bad.
Yeah,
Not all photographers are bad people. Some are just assholes. And Homeboy knows who I'm talking. Like he doesn't watch the show. He hates my guts. He knows what I'm talking about. Mister KD, fuck you, guy. Fucking hate your guts. Uh,
and there's even some that like some photographers. There's a lot of like obvious red flags. Like for example, sometimes they'd be like, "Hey, after your shoot, would you like to do it in my hotel room? We could do like a lewd shoot and all that stuff."
right.
Especially when they say in like in front of like because some cosplayers, they would have like a plus one with them or like a group together and all that. And they'd be like, "Oh, cool. Sure. Can they come?" It's like, "No, can it just be you?" First red flag.
Honestly, I would be like, yeah, they can come. 'Cause I
Yeah.
don't care. Like, I guess I never got that. I guess because I'm not a photographer. Dude, I hate taking pictures. Um, I don't. Dude, I like we're supposed to take pictures at the cons, and that's like the one thing I don't fucking do. That's why I need to bring someone into the group that does photography. Um, but we were oh, dude, and thanks for mentioning con reminding me by the way. Uh, so we're talking about photographers. We're talking about inappropriate behavior. Dude, some of the community sucks balls. I understand you guys are friends. I understand not y'all, not our audience. You guys know better. I understand that there are friends of this individual,
Mm.
but help the fucking man, dude. Don't fucking baby him or encourage him. Like, dude, we try to help. Like, as much as we don't like certain individuals, we have issues. We don't want these people harming themselves. We don't want them to be in jail unless they committed a crime, like an actual crime. I'm not talking about stealing from Walmart. If they did like South Park Mexican fucking what was the name of the guy that sang the guy that was peeing on people? R. Kelly. R.
R.
Kelly. If
Kelly.
you R. Kelly SPM, then yeah, you need to go to fucking jail. First off, I ain't letting nobody pee on me. But like, there are people like, hey man, I've known you for years. You're a great guy. Like, dude, everyone has seen this fucking individual be very inappropriate when it comes to the opposite sex. And then someone commented saying that they were inappropriate with them, and this person was underage at the time.
Yeah, it's really. Are we allowed to say what they wrote or
Let's not
okay?
because we haven't gotten consent from the consent that we did get to talk about was retracted from one party. They retracted their consent to talk about the issue on the show. The other individual did not give consent to speak on. They didn't want to be on the show. They didn't want to speak. They didn't want to be talked about. And then the people that I commented that I contacted have not gotten back to me with consent. So I'm going to avoid saying details, names, what's going on.
Okay.
We can talk about the subject as a whole because it is a big subject. It is something that needs to be addressed. It has to be something that needs to be like discussed. But this person was underage at the time when this person was acting inappropriate with them. Crossed the line. It's very fucked up.
Yeah, it's
And it's like,
frankly, it's it's one of those it's one of those reasons people always, it still shocks me how people still bitch and complain about, like, oh, why do they always have this cosplays not consent sign all over the place? Well, there's a fucking reason. It's shit like this. Um,
and like the thing is, dude, I heard stories. I heard horrible shit. I didn't know. One thing that I did hear that it's a rumor being passed around. I guess I can mention the rumor, but he bought this individual gifts at the convention. I'm talking about hundreds of dollars worth of gifts, and the individual had declined the gifts, but the person still bought them anyway as a way
mm,
to win their heart. I see that shit way too often. Yeah, cons are fucking expensive, bro. Uh, Keyblade Sonic was talking about how Anime Expo is
yeah,
almost $200.
yeah. If you count the fees, it's getting close to $200. Like, no
So,
joke. And then meanwhile, oh, sorry, I just want to get into that. But like,
yeah, yeah.
meanwhile,
Oh,
the 4-day pass for kids are still like $40. It's like, I'm like, okay.
quad pay that bitch with fees, taxes, and everything. You're looking at about $200.
Yeah, shipping too. $12 shipping.
Oh, they
I know
pulling a
we
Matsuri?
no, they've been doing that for years, but this is one of those cases where like, okay, the fees are starting to get noticeably like bigger and more ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right, so oh yeah, so Box of Props Mario. So if you're wondering what's going on, we are addressing the controversy about us, let's say
One cosplayer, female
slash.
cosplayer, made a post about another cosplayer, personality, YouTuber, photographer being very inappropriate with them.
Hmm,
That's the best way we could put it. Um, so I did reach out to the individual, and I was worried because like you can push somebody to the point where they will harm themselves, and we don't want that.
hmm,
We don't want anyone to harm themselves because if this person harmed themselves, then their friends are going to retaliate, start making bullshit up, start making rumors, attack
yeah.
the victim.
Mhm. Unfortunately, a lot of people who retaliate sometimes don't know the whole story.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, because sometimes the person who's accused, they can release a long statement, and they could be like,
I'm
oh,
not denying or confirming that.
they could be like, oh, I'm sorry. And they'd be like, hey, man, I mean, don't worry, man, don't keep your heads up, man. I got your back. You're a great friend and all that stuff. But sometimes they won't know the whole story because obviously they'll take that person's side. They'll have their back and all that. Um, but sometimes you gotta understand that unfortunately there's some situations where it's like, okay, it's gonna be tough for you to. I don't know how to describe it. I don't want to like get the wrong idea. Um,
Mhm.
like what's the best way to describe it? I'm trying to say it
It's
without.
such let me put it to you like this, everyone. Just this isn't for Keyblade Sonic. This is for the audience.
Hmm,
Me and Sonic were actually going to come on yesterday, but as the situation progressed, it got worse. It went from one person talking about how inappropriate another person was to a community wide thing.
mhm. To
And so we were going to come on the show and talk about that. But it got so bad that we were like, hey, this might not be the best idea to come in here half cocked. We're going to have to come up with a plan. All right, let's just wait to see how things pan out. Because this is a delicate matter, guys. Like, at the end
Yeah,
of the day, this person in their mind, they didn't mean any harm. They didn't mean any ill intent. They didn't mean to come off as inappropriate. With that being said, honestly, based on how much I know this individual, how much I've known them, how much I've talked to them, how much they've pissed me off, they don't know how to talk to people. They don't know what are social cues. Like, maybe that's not the word. What am I looking for? Like, social. They're are they socially like
And
yeah.
like street smart, what I say?
No, they just don't know how
No.
to talk to people, make friends, how to talk to girls, how to talk to people of the opposite sex or people they might be interested in.
Mhm.
Yeah, autism, but I don't think you can blame autism at this point.
Yeah, that's not a really good use of.
Yeah, because people like to blame autism like for every like for a lot of things. That's like, oh, I have autism because I don't know how to speak to people. No, like here's the thing though. This is based on another friend that we have.
for for
Sometimes
for this situation, in this situation, autism is no, you could be you you it's this ain't it, you know what I mean? For something like to say, "Oh, I have autism," okay, for the stuff that this person's accused of, no, that's I don't think that this ain't it, chief. Sorry,
no, I
that's
mean you
not it.
can't like you can't you do something inappropriate and then I have autism, I just didn't know better. No, no, you're like no. So we're not trying to like
Yeah, so there was an example. Actually, you know what? This reminds me of a couple years ago. There was like a well-known cosplayer that uh it was being accused by other cosplayers of like, oh, being inappropriate, like sexually. They were being basically they were getting me too'd.
uh-huh.
And then what this person was doing was blaming the their ADD for doing that stuff. I'm like, you're blaming your ADD for acting like a fool, acting that kind of stuff.
That's like okay, I'm dyslexic, I have ADHD. That's like me, just to give an example. If I went out in the streets right now and just whooped standards ass. Oh, my bad, bro. I'm dyslexic. I don't fucking know.
It's like comparing apples
Can't.
to oranges.
Yeah, it's really apples. I hate to say this, but sometimes it's the parents' fault. It doesn't have to do with mental disabilities, mental disorders, anything like that. Sometimes because this is one of my friends because he's not autistic. He's not dyslexic. He might be a little autistic.
On
And
the specter.
what is it called? Whenever people have to have like everything in order, everything has to be clean, everything has to be like
Obsessive
in a
compul OCD.
OCD. Yeah, he has OCD, but he doesn't know. He didn't know how to talk to. Okay, his best pickup line was, "Hey, I'm feeling dry," or "If you give me a chance, you won't regret it." This motherfucker was using pickup lines to try to get a potential partner. I'm like, dude, you don't use pickup lines. Pickup, you're trying to get your ass kicked. What do you think? You're Johnny Bravo? No, dude. His parents fucking sheltered him. They did
Mhm.
not. His parents, like, he had other friends that were socially awkward, so he never learned how to talk to people in a appropriate way until like, hey man, don't say that, don't say this, don't do that, definitely don't do that. Like, okay, and as he learned, he got better.
Mhm.
And I think that is the case with this individual. I think his parents sheltered him because he's not originally from here. Is that correct? I don't remember if he is or not. He mentioned that he would spend time in another country, just like me,
Mm,
Mexico.
yeah.
We'll say he's from Mexico.
Mhm.
He's not me, by the way. Somebody Mexico sold himself out. Sometimes I think the parents look. We all love our parents. They want the best for us. They mean well. But some of our parents work. Some of our parents worked two jobs. They worked all day. Some of us had one parent home. Some of us, both our parents worked, and we had our grandparents there. And it just we're an only child, or sometimes our parents they mean well. They want the best for us. It's just that even they make some parents have admitted they make mistakes, and no one's parents are perfect, but we love our mom and dad. For those of you that do have parents, you do love them, whether they're your step parents, your foster parents, your biological parents, or
Yeah.
somebody that was your role model. We look up to these people, and they have to teach us But sometimes parents forget the little basic shit. Like, okay, we expect your friends or for you to learn that shit out in the streets. Unfortunately, though, some of us have grown up with the stereotype like, hey, I wasn't very popular in school. I didn't have a lot of friends. I didn't talk to a lot of people. I didn't talk to a lot of people that I was sexually attracted to. So I just didn't learn, and I don't know. And this is kind of what, like, based on my social cues that I got are from fucking TV and movies.
Yeah, it's like it's a little different reality than is on a scripted television. I mean, like someone wrote that, oh, this person gets the girl, but sometimes not doesn't always work like that way.
We're talking about everything that happened. We're not
Recent
saying any
events.
names. We're not saying who, but we're talking about the individual that was accused of being inappropriate. The one individual that posted, "Oh, this photographer who has a YouTube channel, he's a YouTube personality." We're not saying who. We're not saying what. We're not saying when. We're not saying where. No names. Please keep them out of the chat. No nicknames. Nothing of that. If you know, you know. If you don't, we'll try to explain as much as possible. A
Yeah.
YouTube personality crossed the line, was inappropriate with another cosplayer who's up and coming in the community. We did invite the victim, the person who posted, to come on the show. At first, they consented, then they revoked their consent. The other individual completely declined, saying that they didn't want to be out in the open. Um, and other people that we've messaged, they have not consented to having their stories shared. We're just either because they said no or because they just haven't gotten back to me.
Mhm.
Uh,
So out of respect for them, we're not gonna, say.
right. We're just talking about the whole thing in general. I'm sorry, guy. Like, and I'm sorry, like Sonic. I don't know how you feel, but I feel like that's the thing, man. Our parents do rely on our friends, and sometimes our friends can fuck us up.
Yeah, like you mentioned, sometimes it happens. I mean, sure, parents can be, overprotective and all that stuff, but then and then you would grow up like not really socializing with people because parents would be very but then once you get there, then they realize, and then when you go out, when you with your friends, like at school or like outside, like go see a movie or like at a mall or something like that, and then the parents are like, "Hey, what's going on? Where I can't believe your friends are like this. Oh my god, you have awful friends." I'm like, "Well, whose fucking fault is that? It's not really them. I mean, you're the motherfuckers who didn't really do much in the beginning."
Right. I had some awful fucking friends. Like, I actually had like bad influence friends, but I learned a lot from them. I learned how to. I'm still stupid. Like when somebody flirts with me, I'm a fucking moron. But uh, I learned about certain things like life, how to live. Like, I've lived in my car. I've, you know, it's just certain things about life that you learn from your
Mm,
friends that your parents aren't going to teach you.
yeah, especially it could be tough too for like if if
Your
you have
parents work.
yeah, not only parents work, other factors, like language barrier, opposite genders. That's always a big, that could be a tough situation too.
Right, because your parents, they learned too, but they learned from experience, and they experienced it with others. Like, I'm pretty sure this individual's parents meant well, but the grown ass individual spent $300 on gifts for a person that said not only were they not interested, but I don't know if this is true or not. This is based on the rumor and innuendo that I heard. Fucking comrade. Shout out, by the way. I hate that guy. Uh, like, this person said, like, hey, I'm not interested in dudes. I like girls.
Mhm.
And the guy's like, well, if I try hard enough, maybe I can change. He didn't say that per se.
But like he probably had that idea in his mind that,
Right. Like, if I buy this person enough gifts, maybe they'll fall in love with me. And this person has cried in front of me about how a girl that they were in love with was stolen from them. I got upset. I'm like, dude, I was like stuttering too. I was like, you can't. Women are not fucking property, dude. We even know someone. By the way, I think you know this person. I do. I'm not friends with this piece of shit. And I called him out on the podcast with his stupid bullshit. Oh, COVID is fake. COVID's bullshit. It's all the government.
Oh yes, the know exactly what you're talking about. I think he froze. I think he froze. Uh-oh. Because he's frozen for a bit. Oh no. There you go, he's back.
My something's been going on with my internet all day. It keeps cutting in and out. Hold on. You hear
John.
me?
Yeah, John Lee.
John, I mentioned pedophiles and sexual harassment and bullshit and bald people, and John's outside fucking with my internet connection again.
So anyway, you were saying that knew this person, about like, oh, this person's a COVID denier and all that stuff.
Yeah, I fucking I'm frozen, aren't I?
Nah, don't worry.
Fucking John. Anyways, yeah, no, I mean this person they have that fucking mentality like, hey man, I want a lap dance for my birthday. It was this individual's birthday at Anime Matsuri before the bullshit happened with the Nazi and my grandfather.
Yeah.
He's like, I want a lap dance for my birthday. Well, dude, I like, what the fuck do you want me to do? Well, put me in the contest.
Or
That way I can pick two girls and I can have them give me a lap dance. I'm like, I'll put you in the contest, but they got to consent to that shit, right?
yeah, so you're
And
not
he's like,
guaranteed to get one.
yeah, I was like, dude, you're probably not going to get one. So, but I'll put you in the contest. They booed this man off the stage, sir. They booed him off my stage because his jokes were not fucking funny. They were such horseshit that they booed him off the stage. And on top of that, he got mad at me because he got booed off the stage.
And I'm like, well, that's on you, man. You kind of once you
And
get
I
up
told him,
there.
like, nobody told you to suck, man. Like, your stupid Star Wars jokes ain't fucking funny. Yeah, no. A box of props Mario knows exactly who the fuck I'm talking about. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm probably gonna switch to my phone quick. All right, how's that?
Yeah, sounds like a 16-bit.
Oh fuck yeah. Yeah. So yeah, oh yeah. No, you're not frozen on my phone, but it's frozen on my computer. So let me
Yeah.
go ahead and restart it on my. Let me refresh the page. You think if I refresh it, it'll?
Rather not.
Actually, I got a better idea.
32
I gotta be
Goku.
smart.
Yeah, your Sega Saturn Goku. We got Sega 32X. Everybody praise the puppy. That's right. Puppy sweep. Put a hashtag out there. Puppy sweep. Puppies 5 ever. There you go. Puppy 5 ever. All right, I guess I'm just by myself for now. Oh, no, there you go. You're back. There you go. Back to normal. There you go. Hashtag puppy sweep. Hashtag puppy sweep. Show the pupper. All right. All right, I guess we'll show the puppy for right now. There you go. See?
All right, I got it working. Sorry, technical difficulties. Puppy 5 ever. Where the fuck is my dog? Anyways,
Puppy 5.
Yeah, no, and he has that. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, he has that fucking mentality. Like, hey, I'm a nice guy. I don't fucking get it. Why can't I get a girl? And he had one fucking girlfriend, and he fucking like was obsessed over her. And then someone we know who's also a staff member for a fucking convention, the same fucking con, by the way, that I talked about another individual earlier in the show.
Mhm.
Well, if he's nice to you, you got to date him, or if he buys you gifts, you got to date him, or he pretty much treats women like, oh, I'm nice to her. I was talking to her. You stay away. I'm like, she's not property. You can't call dibs, bitch. These two individuals work for this fucking con that I'm talking about. The second individual got a partner, and after they broke up, he was still obsessed with that partner. Like unhealthily, like it was unhealthy and very, for lack of a better word, fucked up.
Right.
And it's no, stop. We're not allowed to say nicknames, names, anything. We're not saying anything. So don't be throwing nicknames in the chat. Um, I called my dog. It's just I don't fucking get it, dude. And I've been called an asshole a lot. Like I was talking to somebody, we were romantically talking, and then out of the blue, it's like, let's just be friends. All right, cool. So I stopped talking to that individual as much. So, oh, you're an asshole. You were only talking to me because you wanted to get with me. Well, I was talking to you because we were talking, but you're like, hey, let's be friends. I was like, okay, yeah, cool. I'm cool with being friends. It's not that I stopped talking to the individual. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move on. We're still friends.
It's
Not gonna
just
have my
the
full focus and attention.
right. I was thinking too.
And I don't care if that makes me a dick. But and I bought gifts for. Don't get me wrong. I bought gifts for people that I was trying to hook up with, get with, whatever. It's whatever. But I didn't go and spend $300. I think the most I spent was $30, and even I was like, ugh, goodbye, money.
Was it in total or like what all at once? Once again. Once again he's frozen a bit. Well, oh, there you go. Now you're back.
I don't know what's going on, dude. Legitimately have no fucking clue.
Yeah, it's all right.
Fucking weird. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. I don't think she wanted the benefits of a relationship without the actual relationship, without the commitment. I think people talk to several people at once and like, okay, I'm playing my options, whatever, and I just found something better, and it's just like, okay, I'm gonna go with this option. Oh wait, I fucked up. Let me go back. Sometimes it can be that. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to talk to multiple people, as long as you're upfront about it, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right. Yeah.
But to get back to the point, because we're kind of getting off topic, or because they have a boyfriend that doesn't pay attention to her as much as she wants to. Yeah, I've come across a couple of those.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
anyways,
I'll add another one too. Not just that, or is it because they have a boyfriend that doesn't pay? Or it's also because they probably they're in a long distance relationship and clearly they are too committed to it. They're like trying to flirt with other people, other like meanwhile while this person's in a long distance relationship,
hmm
and
right,
like
yeah.
and it's so weird because I know people who are like that. There's someone I know who is like in a long distance relationship. At the same time, this person was like she was like trying to date, like try to flirt with other like males, and I'm like, have you even seen your long distance relationship, significant other? They're like, well, I tried to, but he doesn't. He's like either busy or doesn't want. I'm okay. All right. Well, red flag. Gotcha.
He works. He's got bills to pay.
He's got bills to pay.
He doesn't
You
want to
drove.
sleep on the
You
sidewalk.
you drove 3 hours to San Antonio to meet him just for him to say, yeah, I can't be there.
Yeah, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you would known this person for a long time. You should have given an ultimatum. All right, we either show up and we talk to each other face to face, or we're done.
I mean,
But
if she came to visit me, or he or
yeah,
she, or
all that
I'm calling
commitment.
in sick. Don't get me wrong. I've called in sick. Like, hey, I can't come into work, getting late. Bye. That legitimately happened. Like that happened while I was a security guard, and I got fired. So a 3-year job thrown.
Oh no. It's probably the security people.
Yeah, they don't like me sharing that fucking story.
Probably not.
I don't know what's going on with the internet, man. I probably need to restart it or something because it's been acting weird. Oh, I'm on Wi-Fi. Oh, because the cable's not
Yeah.
working.
Oh, you're not hardwire.
Hold on, let me check my hardwire.
Yeah, because sometimes that happens. Usually, I'm on hardwire, and it's actually easier to do. Yeah, so like it's really, let's see, it's tough out there. They either taken or still have PSTD from the last relationship. Yeah, that's happened. I've seen a lot of um male and females. They some of them who got out of a relationship. Sometimes they're like, oh, I don't want to be in a relationship right now. It's really weird. I don't want to get back into it. I had bad experiences. And sometimes like that, or they're taken. It is what it is. And sometimes you can't do much about it. Sometimes you have to do what's you feel comfortable with. Like, okay, is this person really worth the trouble of trying to hook up with? And you just have to make a lot of like decisions in your mind, like a checklist. If that actually makes sense. My Wi-Fi is acting up as well. Okay, that's really yeah, that's kind of weird. A lot of people's Wi-Fi is acting up. Cocaine bear. That's right, cocaine
All
bear.
right, yeah. So I'm on Wi-Fi. That's why the internet keeps dropping. Um, I'm usually never on Wi-Fi, and I'm afraid to switch it to the hard line because of it says no internet. It says no internet. That's
Is it
fucking weird.
is it plugged in at the router?
It is. Strange. Maybe
Strange.
I'm afraid to fuck with it. That's why that explains why it's been acting weird all day today. That explains a lot, actually. But with that being said, all right. So let's go ahead and take some. Let's. We are going to open up our channel to talk to anyone that would like to come on to talk. But in the meantime, we were talking about uh, to go back to our subject that we were talking about. Um, it's sometimes, guys, you just got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. And there's nothing wrong with talking to an individual and they're not interested, so you're like, fuck it. Yeah, but it's saying no internet, man. So if I do it and it doesn't have a connection,
Basically, just cut the stream.
yeah, it's gonna cut the stream. So I have my door wide open. Hopefully that'll help with the signal. But I mean, it is. I mean, how with everything that's going on with the individual that we talked about,
Mhm.
do you think? And I want to know from y'all in the comments. I need to know. This person cut off their Facebook. They cut off their Instagram. They cut off everything except their YouTube channel. The one thing that they need to cut off. And they're like, I'm not gonna be in the spotlight anymore. Not spotlight. That's a little bit too much. I'm not gonna be in public anymore. I'm not gonna go to any events, cons, anything like that until a certain convention that costs $200. And that's not Anime Matsuri. Anime Matsuri does not cost 200. They have no fucking business costing $200.
It'd be asinine if it was $200.
Right. Anime Matsuri is like honestly, I they would give me money for me to go to that fucking con, and even then I would spend it and not go because I fucking hate that con. That's my shade of the podcast at Matsuri. Um, do
First
you
one of the
think
year.
it? No, no, that's not true. I threw the. We did a podcast. Remember, we reviewed Waifu Fest, and you were
Oh
like,
yeah, right. We did all that. That's right. Kind of forgot about that.
"Once a podcast, I got to throw. I got to throw shade at him."
Yeah, I felt like a moron when I thought he was a friend. I didn't know that the individual was a perp. Yeah, I actually this person who commented just now, he saw the original post as well, and yeah, it's really surreal all the stuff that's coming out of it too.
Welcome to the podcast, by the way. Thank you for joining us. We're not going to say any nicknames, any names. We're not gonna actually mention anyone. This is to protect everyone in their identities. But we're going to talk about what happened. With that being said, though, since you mentioned that, and I want to know from you on the comment section, and I want to hear from you, Sonic.
Hmm.
Do you think he? Do you think they fucked up by taking down their ship?
Um, I
Where the fuck is my dog?
I think it just depends on
Oh,
I don't know. I guess it depends on the situation. So let me explain what I mean by that. If you're going to put it
big bastard.
if you're gonna do any of that stuff, if anything, okay. So let me explain how am I gonna explain it. All right, because if this person is going to come back to the scene, um, I think deleting your stuff isn't really gonna help because people are gonna bring it up anyway. You know what I mean? Like, all
Yeah.
right, you could come back, you could start coming back after a few months, like I don't know, in the fall or something like that. But people are gonna bring up, hey, how is this person still out? How is he? How they're, I thought we, it's like and all that stuff. So I think what was smart, I will say that this person released a statement beforehand, but I feel like shouldn't have like immediately take down his account and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Until he gives like he should have just gave this the side of the story.
No, exactly. I agree. I 100% agree. By the way, this little bastard is like falling asleep, but he's like looking at me dead in my eyes because he likes to be carried like a baby, like this.
Okay,
Whenever I pick him up, he'll throw himself back.
puppy sweep. Hashtag puppy sweep.
Hero, oh hero. He's like, I don't want to be on camera, bitch.
I may not know who it is, but I'm gonna say yes.
I He should have given his side of the story. He should have explained things like, look, did I come on a little strong? Maybe, but I was excited. This was like a fucking like I have a weakness for this cosplay. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I apologize. I made a mistake. I'll do better. I'll be better. I will do what I have to do to make uh reprimands. Is that I think I said that wrong.
Reprimands. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of bad based on that.
Taking down first off, this person made a post and it was like, I meant no ill will. I meant no harm, but I take full responsibility. No. Fuck no. Why did you take responsibility if you feel like you're not at fault? It's like, hey man, look, I didn't steal from that store, but you know what? I'll serve the jail time for it. That's exactly. I know that's like a bad example, but that's exactly what just happened in that fucking situation.
That's what it felt like. Yeah.
And then it makes it look worse when you take your shit down. It's like, oh, you're fucking admitting that this person is right and you're wrong. I get it. You are suffering from mental exhaustion. Maybe it's mentally exhausting. You're depressed. You're broken. Whatever the case may be, that's not the fucking way to do it. And like, we haven't even heard like, no, he apologized.
He did apologize.
He did apologize, but he also said that he didn't mean anything by it. I'm like, he was like, I'm sorry you felt that way. That was not my intention. I apologize. Even though I didn't mean anything by it, I take full responsibility. I'm guilty, and I'm gonna go away. That's pretty much what he said. And then he took down his Facebook and Instagram. I thought he fucking blocked me. I thought he fucking blocked me. I was like, bitch, did you block me? I realized he didn't block me when I could still message him.
Yeah, and I would have been like, if he still messaged you, how how could he
Yeah,
block you?
I realized after the fact that he didn't block me. But I'm not gonna lie, like, I was like, oof. I was like that too. I was like everybody else, like, oof. But then this person never fucking calls me. This person has never in their fucking life ever called me. And they called me twice yesterday while I was at work. I legitimately was concerned that this person was on edge. And when I say on edge, I mean the mental on edge, like it's not working out, life isn't worth it. It's probably time to call it quits.
Mhm.
No, we don't want that. We don't. You should never. I don't want anyone that follows this channel to tell somebody go kill yourself. We don't do that here. We don't promote that here. We don't tell that. We need to get people help. If people make mistakes, we should help them. This is another individual that needs help. Like, because like I said, maybe he didn't learn how to talk to people. Maybe he didn't learn how to. He likes girls. Maybe he didn't learn how to talk to girls. Maybe he was so sheltered, and that is a mistake that parents do make by sheltering their children. They don't learn. They don't learn like the street smarts that they need to survive out in life. It's good to be smart. Like, I know I'm a. I'm watching The Big Bang Theory, and
Book smart and
looking
all
at
that.
Sheldon. Right,
Yeah,
book smart. Like, it's good to be smart like Sheldon, but Sheldon is stupid when it comes to relationships and shit on the streets. And like, there's an episode where Sheldon is going to a different town, and he gets off the bus, and he's like, oh, and then this guy walks up to him, oh, can I take your bags for you? Oh, thank you. Everyone in this town is so nice. And the guy grabs his shit and runs.
that is something Sheldon would definitely do.
Yeah, that is a prime example of people can be smart. They could be book smart, but they're not street smart. You have to have a combination of the two. And that's where the saying goes, you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. You got to know, guys. Like, that's what we're here for, to learn off of each other, to help. We don't want to cancel anyone. We don't want anybody to kill themselves. We don't. Suicide is very, very real. Mental health is very, very real. We've lost a lot of people to suicide. He is literally scared of the backlash. That's why he took them down. He actually going to seek to get help.
Mhm.
Behavioral issues. And I'm pretty sure the fucking therapist is going to tell him that taking down your Facebook and Instagram was the first sign of, no, you fucked up. I took psychology, I took sociology. Sometimes taking down social media is for the best, but in this situation, it's not, because it's going to ride on his anxiety, because he does not know how people are perceiving him. Those friends, he has friends, but his friends are enabling him, they're not helping him. We have to be better as a community, guys. Some of us have kids, some of us don't have kids, some of us probably aren't going to have kids. Some of our kids have to join this fucking community. And do you want someone like these fucking grown ass men that work for this fucking con, which I'm not mentioning the con. I'm not, it's in Texas, but I'm not mentioning what city, where, who, what, when, where. But there are grown ass men that believe that, hey, this is like fucking buying frozen yogurt after 6 visits. Let me give you an actual visual example of this shit.
Yeah, because I was gonna say what?
It's
I was
like
like,
whenever you buy frozen yogurt or Chinese food or frozen yogurt, they give you a little ticket to punch.
oh, it's like a rewards program or something.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Or
like
like,
look, here's the Whataburger app. See
yeah,
right here?
every 5 visits you get like something free.
Yeah, every 5 visits. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. I have, you can't really tell, but I have 4 rewards. I don't know how to cash this shit.
You just scan the barcode, and you just tell them what it
This
is.
this is not how women work.
Yeah, you don't you don't tell the cashier, "Hey, I want to get the
I have
Whataburger."
4 rewards. That's 4 blowjobs.
Yeah, yeah, that's basically it. But like, side note, yeah, you just tell them what you want, and then like, oh, can I get a medium shake, and then just scan the app, and they'll take it. They'll make it free.
How do I redeem all can I redeem all 4 at once?
No, you can only do. I think you can only do one, like every few hours.
Oh, fuck.
I know. I
I
would have.
can do any flavor taquito with cheese, a cinnamon roll, honey butter, chicken biscuit, small
Onion rings,
shake. What is small shake test?
small shake.
But it has the word test next to it.
It's probably some programming shit, some
Medium
coding.
onion ring, small shake. Yeah, see, it's small shake and then small shake test. Medium
That is,
fries, medium drink, Whataburger Jr. I want 4 taquitos now.
just get one every day.
It's I need a car. Sometimes you have to deal with the backlash though.
Yeah, it's like like you said. Yeah, sometimes you got to do with the backlash. At the same time, too, you have to understand this. You have to suffer. You have to deal with the consequences.
Suffer the consequences. Stop. Do not encourage this grown man to be a chicken shit. By the way, today's podcast is brought to you by Cocaine Bear. Watch Cocaine Bear.
In
Do
theaters,
it.
February the 24th, I believe.
Yes, the 24th. We don't have. I forgot to upload the promotional poster. So here's a picture of a bear.
Yeah, it's a real movie, by the way, a
It
real
is.
thing based on a true story. Apparently, I'm like, wow, this really happened.
Yep.
A
Our
bear bear.
mascot is a bear.
So we're promoting it. That's why we're promoting. I know it's poor timing, but at the same time, you know, bears.
Let's change that background to a bear. Um, I'm just saying, guys, just help this dude. He needs y'all's help. I reached out to him so he wouldn't hurt himself. You can't look. I know there's some people like I'm gonna be neutral. You know what? That's fine. Be neutral to the situation, but you can be neutral to a lot of situations, but not really this situation because this is affecting the entire community. You got to understand that this is affecting how the way people are going to look at photographers. Not all photographers are bad. Not all photographers are perverts. Not all of them are pedophiles. Not all are good guys. There are just some that are legitimately assholes. Like
And
they're dicks.
some are groomers and all that stuff.
Rat groomers. They groom dogs and shit.
No, no,
Oh
no,
no, not that kind of groomer. My bad.
no, no, no.
Uh oh, the other the pedophile groomer. Right, right. Those pieces of shit. I'm trying to get the Jim Cornette in this motherfucker. Um, this is a thing, guys. The whole nice guy thing. I do not claim to be a nice guy. I admit I'm an asshole. I come off very strong. I'm very loud. I'm very obnoxious, and that's fine. There are a lot of people that hate my guts. There are people that I've wronged or screwed over, or I'm not a good person. Honestly, I'm not a saint. I try to help people. I try to help, be there, assist. Do what I can. I'm an asshole, but I'm not a piece of shit. And if you think I'm a piece of shit, that's fine. I'm chaotic. But there are lines that you just don't cross. Like, hey, would you mind doing a photo shoot? I would never in my fucking life do a photo shoot in somebody's bedroom. Oh, you want to do a photo shoot in my room? No, 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 no. We're staying down here in public. Or like whenever we invite guests to our show, especially female guests, I go out of my way to mention like, hey, you don't have to travel, you don't have to go anywhere. The podcast is all done live, streamed from your home. You don't have to go anywhere. Just if you have a gaming setup, perfect.
That's all. Pretty much all you need.
Hmm. it you can I understand that, the dating dynamic has changed. Um, I watch a lot of TikTok videos, and I can see where people think that dating is completely not as it's what is the word? Some people think it's bullshit. I've been trying to sugarcoat it, but I don't think that. But there are a lot of people that think that it is bullshit. Uh,
Mm.
have I tried dating? Like I've been okay. Honestly, me and my ex girlfriend, who's the mother of my child, broke up, and right before the pandemic, we broke up in 2019. We broke up July of 2019 after our daughter was born because it wasn't working out. I was very toxic to her. She was also very toxic to me. It just, um, I didn't know how to express my feelings. I didn't, because she lived in Dallas. I wanted to spend more time with her. I didn't work, so I didn't have a lot of money. I was kind of like a deadbeat. She was also very bitchy, and she
I'll be right back.
took, yeah, yeah, go ahead, whatever. But I never treated her like shit. I never like I have gone out, but whenever I talk to girls, if they're not interested, if it's not going to work out, if I don't see a future, if I don't see it's going to work out, I will just flat out be like, okay, thank you for your time. If you still want to be friends, cool, we can still be friends, but you're not going to get as much of my attention as you were before. And it sucks. It really does. Because the dating dynamic has changed. Right. I have been ghosted several times. There have been times where people have ghosted me, and there are a couple times where I have ghosted people. Um, like I said, I'm not a saint. How many relationships have I? How many official relationships have I had since my ex girlfriend? Official, none. How many times have I fucked around? I don't guess. But it sucks, man. The dating dynamic blows. Uh, and and it's these fucking TikTok videos and YouTube videos like, oh, if you don't drive a Lamborghini, like I was watching this video where this girl got upset that like they went on a date and like I don't. It looked fake as shit.
Yeah, it's probably staged.
It is. It was staged, but it's the message that it's sending that's wrong. Like the
Mm.
girl, the couple went on a date. The girl brought her friends, and they expected the guy to pay for everybody.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I was like, I would dick slap every one of those girls if I paid for them.
There was also some on like Twitter. Some of these like some women have like these weird like takes. So like, oh, I a man should not be taking photos every like few days or something like that. Should not post this, or they should not be having these kind of drinks, or they should not be doing this. And I'm like, what do you want exactly? So basically, we can't do anything.
Right, and it goes the other way around though. Some guys with
Hmm.
the women are like, "Well, I paid her rent. Like, why isn't she like my girlfriend?"
Well, that's on you, dude. You made the mistake of.
Yeah, dumbass. You paid for her rent. First off, you done fucked up. Secondly, you done fucked up.
Thirdly, you done fucked up.
There's a lot of double standards here. As a man is measured based on a lot of men, and I don't know if this is true. Maybe if you want to change my mind, you can. But I believe men are measured solely based on what they contribute, what they bring to the table.
Hmm.
Children, women, pets, dogs, especially pets, like you don't expect them to contribute to a. That's the norm. That's what we were taught. That's what we were raised. That's how a lot of people were raised. There, when it comes to is it, it's like what the man brings to the relationship. What does he bring?
Yeah.
There's a lot of double standards because women, that men want looks. They want big asses. They want personality. They want looks. They want this and that, skinny bodies. Maybe they want curvy girls. But there's a lot of standards based on appearance, especially when it comes to both spectrums. and also that plays into what I was talking about with these nice guys. You notice that a lot of these fucking nice guys go after, like, remember, beauty is based on the eye of the beholder. It is perspective based on you, your taste, and what you consider attractive.
Mhm.
So, based on what I can tell, a lot of these fucking nice guys they like to go after nines and tens, and then they get shot down. Some of these dudes go after the party girl, like the girl that does not want to be in a relationship. Or some of these girls go after the party guy, the guy that does not want to be in a fucking relationship. 109 at Waifu Fest, literally, SJ was there, and there were no other girls, and they hovered around her like moths to a flame, moths to that little fucking light.
Or
You know
like a
why?
magnet.
I will mention that fucking room because one, the guy was being a creep. The guy offered my friend drugs. He was trying to get her to go back to the room. I was about to whip his fucking ass because I'm like, dude, she is fucking drunk. You need to piss off. And his friends were like trying to stick around, like, yeah, we're gonna take her back. No, no, you're going to go. Give us a minute to talk because I was trying to like tell her, you need to go back to the room. You need to lay down. So I was able to actually get her to go back to the room and just sleep the rest of the night while everybody else was in my room partying. I put her
Mhm.
to bed and I'm like, oh, thank God she went to bed. Now I can take off and do my own fucking thing. And I told her the next day, like, what happened. And she realized that, no, Chad was there. Chad was there. Chad witnessed this. It was so bad. Like, that is the definition of what the fucking community, that's what's wrong with this fucking community.
Basically, people thinking with their dicks instead of their brains.
Exactly. A lot of these nice guys think with their dicks because they want a girlfriend, they want to hold hands, they want to kiss somebody. The individual that we talked about told us, I've never had a girlfriend, I've never held hands. I'm like, that, how the fuck is that my fucking fault? Like, why are you, because he would give me attitudes like, hey, Jesse. I'm like, hold on, bitch, you ain't gonna talk to me like that. And then he started crying. He's like, I've never had a girlfriend. I'm like, how the fuck is that my, like, that's not my fault and that's not my problem. You need to stop crying about this individual that has a partner. They're not, they are not property. You need to, why don't you go downstairs and talk to somebody? And then it's like, they would follow whenever they finally met somebody and followed, they would start following them the rest of the night. Oh, well, we became friends and we were hanging out. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. There's a difference between hanging out and following. Sounds like the nice guys need to go outside and touch some grass. They need it. I mean, they maybe touch some grass or get whipped in the ass.
Actually, rhymed.
That's what I
Touch
was
some
saying.
grass, whips in the ass.
Your ass is grass. Like in the old WCW days, your ass is grass and I'm going to smoke it. Who said that? Forgot who said that. I think it was Macho Man. I'm not sure.
Ooh, yeah, your ass is grass and I'm about to smoke it. Yeah.
Yep, Macho Man. Uh, it's, well, Jesse, is that maybe some people think I'm wrong. Maybe people think I'm full of shit. Maybe people think I'm hypocritical. Thing is, guys, at the cons, I am so like, dude, like there have been times where I have gotten drunk and I woke up and I'm like, dude, did I get laid last night? My friend's like, yeah, you did. I'm like, fuck. I don't care what people think of me. Some people think I'm a bad person. That's fine. But I've always looked out for it. I've always looked out for everybody in my room. I have made some mistakes, but it's like one of those situations to where you don't ask certain people to do things like, hey, like, are you okay with doing this? Are you okay with doing that? And they say, no, that's fine. Move on. But I've seen nice guys get mad, furious. They've thrown temper tantrums. What's wrong with me? I've literally seen someone do that. Get mad, throw a temper tantrum, and then yell, "What's wrong with me?" I'm like, well, first off, after that bullshit, everything.
Thanksgiving weekend. Oof.
Oh yeah, uh, yeah. I got way too fucking drunk that weekend. I regret it, but at the end of the day, I look. The worst thing that I have probably done is threaten to fight someone. So I've kind of built up a reputation of being a little violent. And I did bring it up in the podcast. I did apologize, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to cry over it. I didn't take down my Facebook. I didn't take down my Instagram. I said it. I fucked up. I messed up. Made a mistake. I allowed someone to pour my drinks for me. Normally, I pour my own drinks. I fucked up royally, and on that's there's no fucking excuse. I should have known better. I should have been better. I should have done better. But it is what it is at this point. I'm not going to dwell over it. This was at Anime Dallas. So, but I mean, yeah, violent, a little violent, yeah. But I mean, I owned up to it. I owned up to it. I know I have a problem. I have not drank as much. I've not gotten as drunk at the last few conventions that we've gone to. That's different, Chad. You make mixers. That fucking bitch was pouring us straight up. She gave us a glass. Like, look, let me put it like this in context. The glass was like this much of fucking tequila, and like I said, I should have known better.
Sometimes I admit when I get upset when I see someone I tried to get with and ended up with someone else, and I ask myself, what did they do that I don't? That's part of life, and we all move on from it.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
that
You're
nailed it in the
allowed to
head.
get upset, but throwing a temper tantrum and yelling "What's wrong with me?" is not the. At least don't do that out in public where we can see.
Like, like for me, I will admit, like around like high school, like college, I was like that sometimes. But then it eventually learned to like. Sometimes you got to learn to like what's the best way? I don't want to be bluntly about it. Basically, like grow up a little bit and just mature a bit. It's like nowadays, I just look back. It's like, man, was I really like that? Wow, I should have just handled it better. I should have handled it better. I should have been like, hey, that's fine. If she's with that person, that's fine.
Yeah, I look at some of my posts from like 12, 13 years ago, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Sometimes I feel like posting. I apologize to everyone that was friends with me back in 2010 and between 2010 and 2014. But we all grow, we all learn.
Hmm.
But some of these guys, man, they are in their 30s with this fucking mindset. Do you honestly? What do you think, Sonic? Do you think we can help them? Not fix them. Like we're not gonna fix anybody. Can't fix a person, but you can help them.
I feel like we can. People can be. They could change. Sometimes they could change for the better. Um, it's like that whole thing. I know it's a kind of a different topic about it, but like the whole thing about cancel culture, like my take on our takes on it. Like for me, if it's like, okay, if it's something they did like 10 years ago, depending on what happens, okay, that's kind of weird. But if they're still doing it, then yeah, okay, you could. That's kind of reasonable. I don't know. That's the best way I could describe it like that.
Except
Like,
Matsuri. They
yeah.
can't ever get away with that shit.
Oh, also, actually, it's the best way to describe it. Rehabbing their image. Like, that's like a good phrase.
Exactly. But unfortunately, can this individual fix their image after everything that's happened? one person came forward and said that they were inappropriate with them while they were underage.
Honestly, no, I don't think so. It's gonna be if they're gonna try to, it's gonna probably be a long road to
I don't think
redemption.
so. I
Like
think
that's me being optimistic, but I mean, if I were to be, if you would just give me one on the spot, like yes or no, I'll be like no.
because this was like 13, 14 years ago when this person was like 16. This person is the person in question. The person is older than me. I know that for sure.
Mhm.
He's older than one of my friends who's already older than me by a year.
Yeah,
He's near 40, or 40.
yeah. Like I said, it's like as soon as I read that part, that whole thing, some of the like the details and all that, I in my head I was like, okay, no, I don't. It's done. It's over.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
would it wouldn't shock me if the person ends up being like banned from like community event, like I don't know, like cosplay events or something like that.
maybe not banned, but like shunned, like unwelcome.
Right, right.
Because I don't see like Anime Monster didn't even fucking ban. What the fuck did Vic do?
Wasn't the he was like sexual harassment and all that.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay, I was wondering what the fuck he did. He was. Oh right, he was inappropriate with some of his fucking fans. Ugh,
Hmm.
diva. If y'all can't tell, I do not like Vic.
Yeah,
Um,
pretty much well known at this point.
yes, pretty much. That's my shaded Vic for a podcast. I don't know, man. Like he, I think this person needs to go. Just not leave the community as a whole. A public apology would have been great, which we did get.
But unfortunately, we not many people saw it because he did delete deactivated his account.
Right, I would have made that public. Uh, yeah, dude, perfect. Soul searching.
Yeah, that's yeah, soul searching and self reflection.
Get some fucking help, but get your friends to fucking help you, teach you, help you learn. I don't know how to talk to women. Then learn, motherfucker. I hate that fucking excuse. I don't know how to talk to women or dudes. Then have somebody help you, wingman you, teach you, learn.
Yeah, I mean, just because you're out of school, that doesn't mean you can't. You know, it's like that phrase, like, "Oh, you can't. You could teach an old dog new tricks." Like,
I I know some fucking people, not well, they're not here right now, but I know fucking people that learn how to fucking solder and mod Game Boys and fucking backflips and tanks and fucking got not Godzilla costumes, but like in that
giant
sense, like
mega cosplays, like
right.
large
Because I didn't want to say Godzilla because then people are gonna think of the Godzilla guy, which he's cool by the way. I don't have an issue with him. Um, People want to learn what they want to learn,
Mhm.
and then they come up with excuses. Uh, well, the victim's post is still up.
Yeah, the original post, the one who yeah, it's still up. It's just
We do have some posts available. We do have some stuff available in our Discord channel. If you haven't already, join the Discord channel to get all the latest news, updates, and shit talking about Matsuri. Not just Matsuri though, but we post about other cons. We post about what's going on in the community, and sometimes we just talk shit. We just talk shit in there. We were talking shit about Nintendo and the price tag for Legend of Zelda tier between two worlds.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was. I was gonna say butt cheeks, but Legend of Zelda butt cheeks, but
I mean, Zelda has a good ass in the fucking games. I mean, to be fair.
uh, she's got ass. She's got cheeks for weeks. Anyways, uh, Yeah, no, we posted we they're on there if you want to see them. Um, do I have anything against this individual? No. Like personally, no. Do I think they're stupid and fucked up? Yeah. Am I stupid and do I fuck up? Absolutely. Well, no, nobody's victim blaming. No, nobody's victim blaming. I think we might have reached some confusion here.
Yeah, we
We're
already.
not saying any
I've.
names. We're not
It was
saying any
bound to
names. So
happen.
right. We're not saying any names. We're not saying any nicknames. We're not saying who, what, when, where, why. So it can get a little confusing. Someone accused YouTube personality. Phil, just send me a message. I'll tell you later. I'll just
Yeah,
tell you
just
later. I can't. I'm
further.
not gonna say it on the stream. I'll just tell you
Yeah,
later.
further explain it
Yeah,
because
you can message me. You can message Keylights on it. What's up, Carl? Pachinko. Oh, damn, Pachinko's here. Uh,
yeah, yeah, we're
uh,
here. Yeah, like what he said here in the comments. We all do f up indeed. I mean, we're all yeah. At the end of the day, we're human
right,
beings.
and that's what we talked about. I mean, I've made mistakes. Sonic has made mistakes.
Hmm. Yeah,
Uh,
there's. I mean, we all done stuff.
Jace has made mistakes. He's in the middle of Oklahoma.
You mean South Oklahoma?
He's somewhere in
Oh,
Oklahoma.
oh, because
He's
some
probably watching us right now, or
because I
are
know
ashamed of us.
because I know people call Dallas South Oklahoma. I thought it was
Right.
really funny.
SJ has made mistakes. We
Eh,
talked about that. She came back
every,
to the show after we. You know how it is with WWE. They're like, oh, they have wrestlers, and then the next week they're gone because contracts expire or something happens.
yeah,
Like years later, they're back because they signed a new contract. Like, hey, we just signed a new contract with this individual.
yeah, it's all geeks. There you go. Not all elite, no, all geeks.
We're all geeks,
It's geeks five ever.
all geeks five ever.
There you go. That'd be sweet. But yeah, like I said, we're all humans. At the end of the day, nobody's perfect. You know, um, we all
People
make
make mistakes,
mistakes. People make mistakes.
but we don't want
However,
anybody to take their own lives.
yeah, we don't want anybody to take their own life. But there is this person that's being accused needs to need to take like a hard look at himself in the mirror, and he has like someone mentioned earlier, soul searching, self-reflecting. Because I will say, um the person wrote a statement. He admitted all this stuff. Not many people would do that. Most people would just instantly deny it and all that stuff.
Look at it like this: there was a cosplayer at there was a cosplayer who was recently put on the cancel culture block.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna say who, but they were at the New Year's convention, and had no fucking clue what had happened. I didn't know anything. I was kind of pretty much,
Out of the
guys.
blue.
Look, I'm strictly wrestling, doing stuff for Geeks Five Ever, gaming, working. I got a kid. I didn't know this, but apparently he was like called out for like grooming or being like toxic, or I don't know the full story,
Mhm.
but apparently he's a piece of shit. I don't know what happened. I didn't really follow what had happened. I'm not sure. I don't have an opinion on it because I haven't really researched it either. I just haven't had time, guys. And like, oh well, you're fucking lazy, Jesse. You don't fucking do the research. It's not that, guys. There's just a lot going on right now, and I have a lot going on with my family, and that also does play into the why we haven't done the podcast lately.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, but with that being said, this person was being canceled. I didn't know. They followed me on Instagram, and we follow everyone back on Instagram. So
Follow for follow.
exactly, and so they were calling out this person on Facebook, and then I got tagged in it like, "Oh, Geeks Fiber is following this guy. What's going on, Jesse? What's up with that?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then I looked, and I'm like, "Oh shit, you're right." I don't know what's going on. And then I asked, and they kind of like gave me like a brief crash course description as to what had happened. I was like, oh shit. Okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay. Um, so yeah, I just unfollowed them, and I just don't know. I didn't have any issues with them. They were going to the cons. They were having fun. They were with their girlfriend. They were having fun. They were hanging around. People were talking to him and having fun and this and that. And is it possible to go to a con and let me put it like this: there is a fucking convicted pedophile at one of these fucking conventions here in Texas, and the staff are letting this piece of shit walk around.
Oh, they're turning a blind eye,
I have
basically.
wanted to kick his fucking ass so fucking bad at the cons, but I can't because one, I don't have the fucking proof. Two, I'm not getting fucking arrested for like it's. I'm pretty sure they're gonna take his side, so I'm not going to jail for that. I would so gladly do a community ass whooping. All of us get together and kick this person ass, but we have to like be smart when we approach these things. There are people out there that are fucking criminals. Like they've stolen, they've killed. Like there are photographers, there are cosplayers, there are creeps and weirdos that prey on young individuals, and that's fucked up. There was a guy at one of the Dallas. I don't know if it was Acon or A Fest or he was taking photography. He was doing taking pictures underneath the stairs of up girl skirts.
I think it was either that or there was a report of a cosplayer like touch while like posing with like cosplayers, like touching them in places that they didn't want to be touched, or like he was like carrying them. I think that was Akon, if I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
mistaken.
there was one person that would that used to he was in the military
Mhm.
and he would pick up cosplayers during photo shoots or like whenever they were shenanigans. He would
Yeah.
pick them up, but the people that he would pick up were not 18.
Oh my god.
This person is no longer around. There are people that are fucking racist in our community. They're racist. They're pieces of shit. There are guys that are the nice guys that are assholes. We have so many people
Scummy.
that are scummy, and they need like some of them like they know better, don't know better. They don't know social cues, like whatever the case may be. We need to try to, it's just not something that you can just stand around and be neutral to anymore. You gotta say something.
That's what it is. Not only they say this, there's a phrase that people kind of see it in public, but it's also applies at conventions or at cons or something like that. If you see something, say something.
Right.
Um, they have that sign. I know people. It's so weird. People are tired of seeing the sign. Oh, they say cosplay. I'm like, yeah, there's a reason that sign is always at cons because you know it's to protect people. It's a safety thing. You know, people want to go to a convention to have a good
Oh,
time.
I'm glad you said that. You know what pisses me the fuck off? Well, you shouldn't have dressed like that.
Oh yeah, the
You
people
were
that say that too. Yeah,
you were asking for it. I'm like, who the fuck are you?
I've heard
You
that
were
so many times.
There are literally people that we know that will message girls like, "Hey, uh, can we do a photo shoot where you dress like this or you wear this outfit?" You are literally asking people to dress just like that, but you're also shaming the ones that do it. You're shaming people, but you're also encouraging it. The fucking audacity.
Hmm.
Anyways, we actually went way longer than I wanted to. I was thinking maybe only an hour.
But it's always good to talk about this and stuff because you know it just a lot of things. It's also because the beginning of the year, man, and cons are starting to come back up. We already have a couple of
Con
cons.
season, yeah, con season's about to
Yeah,
con season. Con goers are weird the moment they realize the girl doesn't look like
look
their
like their
wife, and they
waifu.
go
They go
hater mode.
hater mode.
They go hater mode when they are turned down. Remember what's his face, the cruising for a bruising dude?
Oh yeah,
The guy. Oh, you're beautiful. Would you like to go out? No, I'm not interested. Fuck you, you ugly bitch. Remember he would say shit like that.
Yeah.
Fucking. I don't know, man. It's whatever. So with that being said, uh, we will probably be back on Monday, depending on the situation with everything that's going on in my private life. Um, so the podcast is no longer going to be live. It's going to be pre-recorded. I'm trying to figure out how we're going to record it. I might add this. We need to talk thing because I added a season and episode number to it.
Mhm.
We might do this for shit like this. We might go live for situations like breaking news.
Right. We'll plan that out. So yeah. So for anybody out there, we try to we try to do many of this content as much as we can. Like we said earlier, sometimes life gets gets the better of us. We have to prioritize, stuff and all that. We want to do more of this content. We want to like expand more. So the switching from a live stream podcast to a taped one, um, it's not exactly, oh, it's not you guys fault or anything. It's just we feel it's gonna probably like churn out a lot more content in a way.
Right. It's kind of like for an example. There's the Jim Cornette Experience, the drive through, and then the Brian Last podcast. What they do is they record for 4 or 5 hours, which we're not going to do that. It's way too
Mm.
long. That's me sitting on my. I already do that for 8 hours for a job. I'm not doing that shit for free for a podcast. Two or three. I mean, 2 hours. It's fine. 2 3 hours, depending on how the group that wants to go. We record it. We have different subjects to discuss. We cut it up into sections. We can have mini subjects. We can have large subjects. We can even do a wrestling one. The videos will be released throughout the week. Maybe we can get Sonic to work on some art with us, or we can start working on logos or stuff like that.
Hmm.
It's to make the videos to shorten certain subjects. To maybe we can have a 10-minute video. Maybe we can have a 45-minute video, and
Hmm.
then we'll release the entire show as a single podcast. Like we'll do everything into bites, so you can listen to that section only, or you can listen to the whole show.
Yeah. So the best way I could describe this model is, I don't know, Goku, you know this guy, Pat the NES Punk. He does like his podcast, and like he would have the full one, and then they would have like a section of it like uploaded on YouTube.
Actually, I want to do a review. I am going to start reviewing Power Ranger figurines.
Yeah.
This is one of the examples, real quick. Just gonna show y'all guys. I know, just to lighten up the mood a little bit, because we had it was like a TED talk. My poor dog is asleep on the floor. Tired as shit. Sorry, the Power Ranger Lightning Rounds figurines look nice. Got the Power Ranger, the head sculpt, everything. This is the Japanese Walmart exclusive variant.
Okay.
This looks nice. This looks great. So this
Yeah.
is how Hasbro has been releasing the figures until recently. Now they're coming in these fucking boxes.
Oh yeah, just like the Marvel Legends. So that they so for people out there, I know we're going a little off topic. We're trying to end it on a high, on like a light note here. So the reason Hasbro made this, they made this argument, oh, we're trying to save up on plastic and all that. But what they're actually doing is it's giving the people who like swap figures like an opportunity to like swap and nobody's gonna notice. I remember someone on Twitter like during after Christmas posted like, "Hey, I got I was supposed to get a Black Panther Marvel Legends figure, ends up I end up getting a Spider Man under it."
Oh, now you got me fucking paranoid.
That's, yeah, and that's the scary part. Like you don't see like perfect example like right here you could see from the plastic, but then they take away the plastic and you can't tell what figure you're gonna get. And by the way, this is the rare one of 3,000.
Nice, nice. Oh,
Found
old
that
man
this morning.
Jericho. But
Yeah,
this
it's
is what
old.
this is where my gripe is. So whenever I have them display on my wall in my closet.
Yeah, that's right.
They
Star
they
Wars
go
figures
lined
do it
up.
too.
They go lined up like this.
Yeah,
This is what they look like now, lined up.
they don't. Yeah, the boxes are different now and all that stuff.
The boxes are different. It's smaller.
Hmm.
Actually, this part is smaller, but this part is taller. So it ruins the shelf. So now I have to adjust the fucking shelf.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And like they're not even the same fucking size. There's a bit of a gap,
Mhm. Yeah,
so
so
they don't even
basically
fit.
yeah, so it's mostly Hasbro doing that. So yeah, it applies to Star Wars and Dungeons and Dragons. So it's so odd that they're doing. I get it, what they're trying to do, but at the same time, it just for the consumer, it could be really. It
Fuck
could be like, yeah,
them, dude. They're already they these figures used to be $20 or $25 now.
yeah, and then I noticed some of the WWE figures, for example, they used to be like 19.99. Now they're up to like 22,
22.
23 bucks. But some of them are actually going down. I checked Target recently, and I found out that some of the figures are like back to like 19.99.
Hmm.
Except for the Legends figures, even though at those I don't buy them, they'll be on clearance within like a month or two.
Right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
For example, I
I
bought like APA for like $6 each.
So this is a TikTok video I'm about to fucking make. Fucking
Yeah.
night and day. Look at
Yeah,
this.
so if you guys want to see those kind of content, we'll be happy to. We'll do like a review in like a podcast. Like, hey, just we're gonna unbox it. We're gonna see. Okay, right here is one of the issues, articulation, etc. So we just give our thoughts. Like, hey, this is if you want to buy a figure, this is the figure you should get, or stay away from this figure.
Yeah, don't. God damn Hasbro. God fucking damn it, Hasbro. I would have. Okay, I don't like. I would have been happy if it would have been like this faceplate, this face cover,
Hmm.
but with this shaped box.
Right. If they didn't like change the box size.
Right. Get rid of the plastic. Just make it all one
I
solid
demand
piece.
Godzilla figure reviews. See there you go. We should do
But
Godzilla reviews.
like it works with the side. Like
Mhm.
see this, and if I keep it lined properly, like see, like that, it looks like shit. So this one now I got to reverse. Like I said, the TikTok video is coming soon.
Yeah.
So it looks like shit. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. It is almost 10 o'clock. I have not played any PS5 today. I need to calm down, unwind, and maybe get a midnight's, maybe get a snack or something. I'm a little hungry. But we're gonna start reviewing content. Like I said, they're getting shittier with the figurines. More money, less
Quality.
quality. Oh, we might have some Geeks Five Ever figures for sale. I was gonna talk to the group about doing the selfie figures. Depending on how much they are,
We may
we
do
might
that.
have some
So
available.
yeah, so you could put us in display with your other
Yeah, you could beat
figurines.
the shit out of my beat the shit out of me. Like you've always. I know some of you have wanted. Fucking Jesse.
Yeah. If you want to take your anger out on us, you just use the figure.
Right. Yeah. Take it out on the figure. Just be nice to the gonads on the figure.
That's the Conans.
All right,
That's
guys. Have a good night.
all right.
Sonic, plugging your shit so we
Yes.
can go ahead and wrap it up.
All right. So just follow me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and all that stuff. Uh, I haven't been posting as much video stuff lately. I kind of want to more. I've been posting a lot on TikTok. So if you see me on TikTok, there you go. You can follow me there. Keyblade Sonic on TikTok. And yeah, so we just want to thank you guys for being patient with us regarding like the content we're trying to bring out with the Geeks Fire podcast. I mean, I know life has happened and all that stuff, but we strive to do better, and we hope to have an exciting year for us because 2023 is going to be a pretty good year for us.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Hopefully, we'll see. This year's kind of shitty for us, but
we couldn't do it
regardless,
without you guys. Yeah,
mhm. Right? You guys are the community. We are the voice of the voiceless. We're here to help you guys. Get y'all, whether it's to assist you, give you advice, give you help you, ask whoopings, speeches. Um, we can't help you financially. I'm in the negatives. I'm about to start selling shit
yeah. We'll
again.
we're gonna put a little asterisk on that part. Not everything, but we'll do our best to.
All right, guys, have a good night. Peace out. Stay classy, everyone, and go ahead and help the guy that we were talking about. Offer him advice. Offer him some help. Don't bully the shit out of him, and don't say shit like "go kill yourself." Don't do that. All right, guys. Good night. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitch. Uh, oh, we might be streaming. We'll do live streams on Instagram. All right, guys. Good night. Bye.
All right, take care, guys. See y'all next time.